Good morning, and welcome to another studio vlog with me, Carolyn, from Crafting with Glorious Purpose. We're here, we make unique and custom gifts for you or for that special someone. This week, we're struggling to get by, so stay tuned. So, good morning. It is the week of, I don't even know what week it is. If you can tell, my voice is a little raspy. Just got over a battle of COVID. I'm very tired. I'm in the clear. I've come through the tunnel. I'm no longer contagious, I guess is the word. But I feel like I've been run over by a truck, even though I had very mild symptoms. The fatigue is real. So it's, I'm not going to talk about it. If you've had it, you know. But this week, I am hoping to get back in the saddle and get things moving along. So I've had a couple orders. I had an order for 3 notepads, so that went out in the mail. That one was shipped out with white gloves and made sure that everything was good, and I washed my hands like about 20,000 times. So that package had gone out. Actually, I dropped it in the mailbox yesterday. So I didn't film it only because I just wanted to make sure that I was careful in packaging it. So that was dropped off to Kelly. So I thank you, Kelly, for your order. And then I got a t-shirt order from Caitlin. And I am excited to see how they like their t-shirt. So that actually was a win on my Printify shop as well. So Big Cartel got a win, and so did Printify. So very thankful for both of those orders. And it looks like it is moving through production and all the good stuff as it should. So I'm hopeful that she will be getting that hopefully by the end of this week. It looks like it is pending for shipping, so I'm excited there. And I'm hoping they take better care of putting my branding card in there than they did on mine. But I will have to make sure that she liked her order, but thank you, Caitlin. This week, I also, and at the time of filming this is Wednesday, so over the weekend, and I don't think I left the couch on Saturday, to be honest. I was in my pajamas and then just went right back up to bed. I was on the couch the whole day. We applied for a market, and then yesterday I got an invite to a market based on a Moon Park coordinators had reached out. They're doing a Galentine sip and shop kind of little Friday night event, February 6th, so I will be there. The other one I turned in an application for, haven't heard back. So just waiting to hear back if I got accepted. Hopefully I wasn't too late to the game. We'll see. But that one was going to be like later in March, I think. So I think it was March 28th, something like that. I don't know. I applied and I was half out of it, so God knows what I put in there. I did take screenshots so I can look at it, but, Okay, so my goals this week is to, even though they're not due until February, because I pay semi-annually, my sales tax for 2024, the second portion, I want to get that paid sooner than later and get that off my list. I always like to pay that early, get it done. I have the funds put aside for it. And then I'm one step closer to getting all that paperwork ready to go to my accountants for my, to file my taxes. So I want to make sure that that's all taken care of. I also want to, because I have my upcoming show in February, which is just, like I said, it's only it's like a 5:30 to 8 or something like that, so it's not very long. But it's only for it's a ticketed event, so people need to buy tickets to go in there so that they can drink, eat. There's going to be like vendors there with food, and then there's going to be actual shopping. So there's not going to be, it's not a huge space, and I'm excited to be one of the select few that gets to go in there. I do need to restock the stuff I sold back in December. So I had to look. My last show was December 14th, and I did nothing since then. So I need to restock some stuff. I need one car coaster dog that I sold. I sold out of the Dachshund long hairs. Nose art. I need to replenish the Beagle, the Dachshund long haired, and the Yorkies. Keychains was the Beagle, Golden Retriever, Yorkie, and the Bengal cat. And then I have a bunch of dog stickers that I need to do, and cat stickers. So I have the dog and cat stickers printed. I just need to do the cutting. I have all my sublimation printed. I just need to iron them. And I just finished all of these this morning. So I was trying to get some stuff done. I'm on the later shift, which for all the times that I hate being on the later shift, this one worked out great because this week I've been sleeping in to try to make it through. It's been a rough, the mornings and nights are the roughest. But then once I get up and moving around, I'm better. So yeah, I have a great start to my list. Like I said, it's not a very long list, but products, I need to update those to take them with me to the event, because I definitely don't want to show up at an event and not have popular breeds like a Yorkie, a Golden Retriever, and a Beagle. So, and especially a Dachshund, because a lot of people like them. So, the other thing I had for this new event and all my events afterwards, I want to make a little flyer or something promoting my Printify shop to get some traffic there. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. If I might purchase maybe another shirt, because like I said, I'm gifting the one I have. Maybe purchase another one just to have on hand for events, and put up a little sign and saying, if you want to find your pup, you can get this shirt shipped to you, and do something along those lines. But I'm trying to figure out how to word that yet and promote it. I don't obviously have it on my business cards, which I'm not going to add until I reorder them, and I still have a good bit of business cards left. And then I can kind of redo stuff as I need to. So like the next wave when I need to replenish, review cards or any of that kind of stuff, I can add that information on there. But I've been gradually adding it into so it's in my description below. I also have it added to I gotta look and see. I know I added it to Instagram. I don't know if I did on Facebook. I think I did. But I gotta go through and make sure that I added that URL onto there so that people can shop either store. And like I said, I'm not going to go crazy this week with putting myself completely out, because I don't know. I have waves of energy. Like I hit the ground running, I'm ready to go, and then I get this wave of sleepy. So I am at that peak right now. And I don't have to log in for another hour. So I think what I'm going to do is possibly get some stickers cut, and then set up the Cricut to cut these, and then get these packaged and ready to go in inventory. And then save pressing for maybe at lunch if I'm up for it. Oh, the other thing I was working on was the cats. So my t-shirts that I did, for those of you that did not watch last week's vlog, these are the shirts that I've been making. They are through Printify. Let me see if I can get a hold of them. And I have a trio of pups for Valentine's Day. And I have about, I think it was 79 dog breeds, 78. I forget what the total ended up being. I just added an English setter, so that rounds out all the ones that I currently have. Each one has a little different color variation, so that, hopefully, if you're a collie lover, you probably love all collies, but you might have one specific color. This way it kind of broadens the customer experience a little, but I'm going to be doing cats next. So I have tuxedo ones done, regular black, tried to work on a calico last night, then got really tired, so then I stopped. So I still need to finish that little guy out. But I did run upstairs and I printed my backer cards for my decals. So I'm going to work on getting these done before I got to log into work. I haven't even started my day yet, and I feel like this day is dragging on. Yeah, I want to get these kind of done so I can cross these off, and then at lunchtime I'm going to try to use my time to do one of two things. So if I'm extra tired and I don't feel like moving around and standing, I'll probably work on my cats and finish those up. If I feel like I have a little energy, I am going to press my keychains and car coasters. The keychains can be a little tricky lining them up, so it might be one of those things where I leave that for a day when I'm a little there's a little more in the tank, so to say. And that may not be today. I am it's how this goes. Like you start off and you're like, oh, I feel great, and then it comes pretty quickly, and then you just can't fight it. So I am going to run with whatever curveball it gives me today, but like I said, I want to get at least these decals done. I am so close. I got, like I said, the transfer tapes on them. I'm just doing my pre-peels, cutting them up, making them look pretty, and then getting them in the packaging. So I hope that I will catch you in some aspect at lunch today, whether it is you're curling up on the couch with me and drawing because it's cold down here, or we're actually doing some pressing and working on our decal, or working on our sublimation stuff. So my hope is to get the rest of those cats done in the next day or two so that I can get those up and part of the Valentine's Day collection. And then, yeah, we will have our first full collection up on Printify and see how that goes. And yeah, you'll have to excuse the poof. I just shoved my hair back so that I didn't get hair inside of my decals. So I look like a whole train wreck. However, I'm not worried about my appearance, so it is what it is. I'm just happy to be upright and moving along today. And sometimes it's nice to have attainable goals that you because otherwise I would still be in bed. Let's be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna work my way through pre-peeling these, and then we'll catch you at lunchtime once I get off work. So I am still working on my lunch break here. I've got another 10 minutes or so. Trying to work on my cats. I think they're turning out pretty cute. I really enjoyed drawing these ones. But there's my little kitties. So these ones are going to go in the Valentine's Day collection with the pups, because I like to make sure that the cats are represented as well. I have a calico started, and I am going to work on a tortoiseshell next. I was trying to go through my list of ones that I have in my shop and which ones I know I've sold. There's some breeds I've not sold anything for, so I'm going to take my time doing those, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to turn all these around before Valentine's to make sure people get them in time. So I'm going to keep plugging away here at my cats and getting these up, and then log back into work, which I don't want to do. Tonight is a karate night, and I'll probably sit in the car and draw some more. But tomorrow will be the day that I do the pressing. So I've got my, I got all of the vinyl decals done before I logged into work. And then I have, yeah, I ran out of steam. So here we are at lunch, just kind of chilling here, listening to a podcast and drawing. Good morning and welcome to Thursday. So this morning has been a rough start. Woke up with a headache, just started to get a little clarity, so I kind of lost my extra time that I had in the morning, and for some reason now my mics won't work, so we're back to just this. I charged them and they won't turn on. Whatever. So yesterday I tried working on my full-size sticker sheets. I watched the tutorial again and realized the mistake that I had made was I didn't put the little squares in the corners of my 8.5 by 11 before putting it into Cricut, so it kind of cut everything a little wonky. So if you look at my dog, it kind of cut him off center. So instead of wasting the entire sheet, I stopped so that, you know, even if I just have to manually cut these out, that's fine. So I am going to try it again. I don't know that this is going to work again, because I still think I'm missing a step here, and I'm having a hard time figuring it out why. Maybe it's my brain fog, but I want to run it through a second time. This time I actually, instead of making a jig on paper for it, I put the drawing pen in and made a border for where the 8.5 by 11 will go. However, I don't know that it's going to work because it looks like it's printed off center, which you can kind of tell pretty easily that it did not print the corners, the boxes in the corner like it should have. So the black should be in the very corner. It is set to 100%. It's not scaled. It's centered on the page. Yeah, I'm a little confused. But we're gonna give it a try. We'll see what happens. So just as I suspected, it cut it wrong. So I don't know if you can see. There's where it cut. It's just not correct. So I think I'm gonna have to figure something out. Like this one here, I printed it. it's smeared a little with the ink, so I mean, it's not like it's a total loss. I mean, some of this has like little artifacts and stuff on there because my printer, I think my heads need cleaned. But yeah, I'm at a loss trying to figure out how to get this to cut right. I think I'm gonna go with what I originally did and not have Cricut do the outlines. I think I'm gonna make an SVG file that is exactly this filled in with black and upload that as an SVG file and seeing if that makes a difference. And if it works, then I will show you how I did it, but that's what I think I'm gonna try next. So unfortunately, it still didn't work. I even went so far as to use my snap mat. It's still not lining up. Like, I don't understand what the hell. They're both 8.5 by 11, and it won't line up. So unfortunately, it is now time for me to log into work. So this will have to be a lunchtime thing, and I will have to sit and think about this a little bit longer and see if there's a way that I can make this work. I feel like I've invested a little too far to just give up, so I'm going to try it again. So I'll catch you at lunch. Okay, so lunch break is almost over, and I am no closer to getting these pups cut correctly. I've gone through this entire sheet. I have various stages of them cut. This one off-centered. This one is the only one that was the closest, but it's off. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I put the paper in using my jig, and then I actually used my pen to show how off it was to get it to be straight. Like, I actually cut the second row, saw how off it was, moved it manually a little, and then ran it again. So I just kept turning off the contour until I got to the bottom row where I thought I had it, and it's still, I was getting that. So I'm still getting the white space. The funny thing is these were on the same row. These dogs were next to each other, and one is really off and the other one is kind of off. So I may have skewed it when I was sliding it, but I don't know what else to do to make this work. So I've wasted enough time, I think, on this. I think I'm just going to go back the old-fashioned way and cut them, because I want to have these for my upcoming market. So after all of this garbage, I think I'm calling it quits on this tutorial, and I am going to the only other option, and it still isn't going to be an option if I made the offset on it wider, it's still going to cut it off center. So, I mean, it's not really like that's going to fix it. So, yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm going to spend the rest of my lunch break just kind of working on some other stuff. I do want to get these into Cricut as individual pups so that I can, use them if I needed to cut one or two of them. I won't have to cut a full sheet. But I want to work on like naming them individually, because as of right now, they're grouped together for the t-shirts. So I want to separate them out. And that's a good snowy day project. So I'm going to work on doing that. I don't have anything else. I don't think tomorrow's going to bring anything. This week's kind of been an ease back into things kind of week, and I think that next week I hope to hit the ground running a little better. Hopefully not this COVID crap will have gone to the wayside, and
things will be a little better. But I really have the attention span of a flea this week, and I'm going to blame it on the COVID. So I will catch you guys next week. Sorry for this chaotic craziness of a vlog, but it's what we got. You know, they can't all be gems. They, you know, sometimes you just have one of those days, or in this case, one of those weeks. So I'm going to jump back on to working on some stuff before I got to log back into work. I've got about 10 minutes, so I'm just going to take my break of 10 minutes and just do what I want. So I will catch you next week, and I hope you have an awesome weekend. Thank you for watching, and give me a subscribe if you can. I promise these will get better. I promise. Have a good one, everyone.